Morning, everyone. How the devil are you? Welcome to the welcome to the famous Foxes Aftermath show. Well, 3 points is 3 points. It was an ugly win and a frustrating performance, don't you think? So I think we better get going.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the Aftermath show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Morning all, how the devil are you? Hope you're well, hope you're good on this sunny Sunday morning famous Aftermath show now. It's going to be called the Famous Aftermath Show. Tom's renamed it for me. I hope everyone's well, I hope everyone's good. Let's just get some mornings in. Morning from Maz, Sean, how the devil are you, pal? Matthew Bond, Adrian, morning. Matthew Bond, you all right? Scott Simpson, how the devil are you? It's cold, don't rub it in. Sorry, Scott, but has to be cold, has to be warm, has to be cold somewhere in the world. Who else is here? Sean, yes, I've already said hello to you, Sean. Getting on there twice, early doors, that's good. Right, let's bring some people in to say hello. Aggie Frith is here, Ross Young is here, Danny Towers is here, Jeffrey's here as well. I've said morning to Aggie, so let's get this show started. Hope you're all good and well. Let's bring some people in. The first person I'm going to bring in is Gray. Now, Gray's not staying around long, but Gray's got something very important to say, haven't you, Gray?
I think so.
Well, then, hit us with it at the very beginning.
In 2018 and 19 season, I took my wife to a home game. Who did we play?
And the winner of that will get either 50 quid to spend, either 50 euros at the bar or 50 quid to spend at the club shop, donated by Gray. So the question was, once more, Gray, the question was what?
In 2018-19 season, I took my wife to a very first Leicester City home game. Who did we play?
There we go. That's all we need to know. Who did Gray take his missus to the first game? Right. Yeah. That's the question. To put the questions in there, and then me and Gray will pick an answer. No, we know the answer, but we'll pick the right one later on. Right, yeah. I'm going to add Reedy to the stream. Morning, Reedy. How are you, pal?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. And Jack's in there somewhere. There you are, Jack. How are you, pal?
Morning.
Yeah, good. Morning.
Let's bring Mark in. There's quite a few waiting today, and let's get Chris in as well. Morning, Mark. Morning, Chris.
Morning.
So come on then, Reedy, Jack, and Mark. You were there. We'll start with Reedy. What was your view on the game yesterday, then, lads? We'll start with Reedy.
You already said it. It was very frustrating. I think once we got the goal, I thought we were looking quite good. I think Ricardo Pereira was doing well. Obviously, got the injury, so I think that's what cost us a bit more. Got the goal, and then I think after that, I think it all kind of went a bit tits up. I think
a little bit.
We didn't do that bad, but it was just the defending. Like I think Gray said yesterday, it was just you made two mistakes since you did, and it cost us again pretty much. And I don't think it was a penalty to get their goal, but there was some sort of contact in there, so they're going to get given it when the ref goes to the board. But yeah, I don't think they would have done anything if it wasn't a penalty for me. If they didn't get that penalty, I think it was going to be a clear couple of goals for us, but it made us harder for us to even try and get another goal. And I think we're very lucky for Michael Brighton to score, because I noticed that the shot that he had got deflected, and I don't think it would have gone in otherwise. So yeah, I think he was very lucky for that.
Jack, what was your view on Mr. Massive Soyuncu? You know he's my favourite player, but I don't think he was at the best yesterday, do you?
He ain't been the best since the start of the season. He made a mistake just before the penalty, gave it away just outside the area. They could have scored and took advantage of that. I'm glad they didn't. And then the penalty came. Some people will say it's a penalty. It was very soft. I mean, VAR just takes the biscuit, doesn't it?
Don't get me started on VAR.
It took about 5 minutes yesterday, and then to go and watch it from the screen, the referee, you know, why can't they just let the referee go and look at the screen instead of having to talk into his ear to Delia Smith or whoever we were talking to yesterday, giving them the penalty? I mean, I didn't think it was a penalty myself. I thought Cags took the ball out for a corner, that's it. And when it went to VAR, I thought, nah, how is that a penalty? I mean, when you take the ball from somebody, yes, his foot was in the air. He might have touched him a little bit, but I don't think he touched him enough for it to be a penalty like that. So, but I think Cags yesterday was very frustrating again to watch. I thought Marty was better yesterday, more stronger. His passes, you know, didn't really go as wayward as recent games, but he gets a lot of stick of Martin. I thought he had a fantastic game yesterday away from Norwich. He's very strong and made a presence of himself.
He does. Mark, we're going to talk about your favourite player now, pal. We know how much you love this guy.
Can't wait.
Madders.
Can't wait.
What has he got to do actually to be dropped? Because I don't think
I've not a clue.
I don't think he's had the best of starts. He didn't do a lot yesterday. So come on then, Mark. Your views. I know what you think of Maddison. Come on then, pal.
He just spends all his time rolling around. He just goes, when he's got the ball, he goes nowhere with it. He just spins in circles, runs into trouble, tries to do a Grealish every time he gets the ball to get himself tapped or pushed and he's got no presence of where anybody else is. It's me. And at the minute, he's just not cutting the mustard. I mean, you could tell the fans' reactions when they brought Dewsbury all on and dragged Maddison off. The fans were just, I think we're at the end of our tether yesterday with Maddison's performance. And just a quick bit on Sunshu. Yes, he didn't have his best game, but I tell you what, he won everything in the air.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Chris, Mark just mentioned about Dewsbury Hall coming on. What about Dennis Pratt? Why don't you think Dennis Pratt's been able to get a game? Because I rate this guy. I really do rate this guy. And he's just not been able to get any minutes at all, Chris.
No, and it's really confusing, really. I generally don't know what sees him answer that doesn't seem Pratt. Because in my opinion, Maddison should have been dropped from day one. Pratt's been rock steady for us when he has played. So yeah, it's baffling. It really is. But clearly, I always trust Roger's decision, even though sometimes I shouldn't. So clearly, there's something that he sees in Maddison that we clearly don't see, that Pratt doesn't have. And I guess whilst that's happening, he'll just continue to be on the bench.
Yeah, I agree. Gray, Neil Birchnough has just asked about Barnes. What do you think to Barnes? How he's not been playing that well, has he? He wasn't that good yesterday. So what do you think? What do you think's gone wrong? Because we don't seem to be consistently playing that well, and Barnes hasn't been at the races so far, has he, this year?
Not in a couple of the league games, but he looked very dangerous pre-season, and it was nice. It was nice to see from coming back from a bad injury. I think he needs that goal, and I think if Vardy yesterday had played the ball in earlier rather than holding on to it for that split second longer and got tackled, then I think it could have been a whole different ball game. I think he just needs that goal to give him that confidence and that. I mean, you've got to have Barnes in the squad. His pace just should scare people. So.
Oh, so I thought you were going to say something else then.
Yeah.
Right.
I was, but I forgot.
That's too many beers last night. Right, as we've talked about a few of the players already, man of the match, Reedy, from your point of view, from watching it at the game, Chris has gone, watching it from the game, who do you think was man of the match? And let's see if it differs from people's views that weren't at the game. So everyone out there, give me your man of the match.
I'm going to say Wolf and Didi. He just, even though I think we just didn't play the best of games, but he was always there to kind of win the ball back. He was always there to win the ball back for us when we needed it. And even when we were under pressure, he was running back, trying to get the ball. And like I say, he didn't do anything wrong in my eyes. I think most of the players did a few of the iffy moments that we shouldn't really be having in a team, but I think he played outstanding for me.
Well, just going on that about Ndidi though, he played quite well, right? He won 7 of his duels. He won 3 ball recoveries, 3 tackles, and 3 interceptions. But only 15 of his 25 forward passes were completed. So
that's because of how they're playing, though. Because it's like when you're talking about Barnes, I didn't think he played that bad because it was like he was always on 2 people. 2 people were always on him, and he didn't have any help.
Yeah.
He needs help, and every time we got the ball forward in the first half, no one was there to get the ball. Because obviously, when we were in the attack, I think Marco Brighton had it or Barnes had it, and no one was there to give them runs. He was always having to try and make the run himself. So obviously, the second half changed a bit, but he didn't have any help from any of the attacking players on any of the forwards yesterday. So I can't really complain about any of that stuff. So
you've gone for Wilf, Jack. Would you go for Wilf? You were at the game. Would you go for Wilf, or would you go for someone else?
Someone else.
Who would you go for?
I mean, everyone's going to expect Wilf to get man of the match all the time, ain't he? Because he's the most looked at midfielder at Leicester City, apart from Tielemans. I mean, I'm going to go for someone different. I'm going to go for big Daniel Amati. Fantastic
You know what, Jack?
game yesterday.
I would agree with you on that one. Daniel Amati, for me, I think, played well.
Yeah, fantastic. Strong. Put Pukki on his arse and then got put on his arse by Pukki himself in the second half. Fantastic overall. I know he might get a lot of criticism by the fans, but he's never been given a chance. And I mean, the fans need to realise that he's actually performing instead of wearing tinted glasses at times and actually slating him, because they don't credit him when it's due. And yesterday, were fantastic. I mean, he did nothing wrong yesterday. I know people can say, oh, yeah, but he passes it this, there, and everywhere. But so was every other player yesterday. You can't pick out one player and say they didn't give the pass away quite a lot in that first half. The whole team did. And I mean, Amati was strong. He solid defender yesterday. It's not his ideal position, but he was there when it mattered. And I thought Daniel Amati, for me, fantastic performance and man of the match, rightfully so.
Yeah. Chris, we'll just go with Chris before he drops in. Joe drops out again. Man of the match, pal. That's what we're talking about. Who's your man of the match?
Do you know what? I'm actually going to give it to Albrighton because I thought, obviously you did score the goal, but also, he really held his own when we had to rely on him, because of Pereira's injury. And I really do believe that he was absolutely on fire again. We can always rely on Albrighton. Not just for scoring as well, for setting up people. It's just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Albrighton.
Rightio. Mark, who are you going for?
I'm going the same as Jack. I think Amati was in a game where it wasn't hard to be massive, because if you'd have put in half a shift yesterday, you'd have stood out, and I think that's what Amati did.
So here we go. Ashley J has put, Amati has never been bad for us, just not the level we need. Is that criticism or is that a compliment? I'm not quite sure. What would you go for, Reedy, on that one? Because you didn't give Amati the man of the match. So what would you say about Amati? He's not really been bad, has he?
Don't get me wrong. I've always rated him. I said when we first put him back in after Fafana got injured, I said to put him in over Benkovic and all that. But I'd say it was just the last game against West Ham. I thought a lot of the errors, I wouldn't say a lot of them, but some of the errors were to him. So I thought we'd maybe switch it a little bit now. But fair play to him. He's come back in and he's shown he can do what he should be doing well in defending. So you can't put him wrong. I just thought indeed he was the one that was really just helping us out, really. So I'd say Amati didn't do anything wrong there.
No, well, he didn't do anything wrong, but for me, he had an outstanding performance. He actually was bringing the ball. Somebody's just put this the same as me. I was just about to say it. He was bringing the ball out to defence as well. And also, it seemed to be different when Castagna came on, and after 10 minutes, Pereira, I don't know why, but it seems Castagna and Pereira are like two different players, yeah? Pereira bombs on, but Castagna gives him the angle ball to play, and he can play it at the angle, instead of where Pereira is there and he takes the ball on and beats players. So I think with Castagna, he plays better with Castagna than he does Pereira, but I'd still prefer Pereira to be played. It's bloody flies doing my head in today. It's just must have a shower later. That's probably the reason why. Right then, this is going to be a bit controversial. Mark Albrighton was there yesterday. Yeah, is it going to be Mark Albrighton or Perez when he comes back? What does everyone think? Well then, Mark, you like a bit of controversial. Who would you go for? Would you keep Albrighton or go for Perez?
I'll go for Brendan's new signing, whoever he is.
Yes. Yes, David Neres.
David Neres.
That's the way it's looking. And Brendan said after the game last night that it's quite close to being done. So
I can't wait for that.
Did he actually say it's close?
Yeah. I listened to.
Did he actually mention the name?
No. He mentioned that they're very close on making a new signing, and that hope to get that over the line before the transfer deadline. And that was on Radio Leicester on their sports end of match thing.
With Stringer and Pipes, yeah.
Yeah, but Stringer's got COVID, I think, and he wasn't on yesterday. So, but they interviewed Owen Palmer-Atkins interviewed Brendan after the game, and that was Brendan's comment.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's I've heard. Reedy, you seem to be excited about him. So, what's he actually like? What kind of player is he?
I've not watched him really, but I know he's Brazilian. and I know that Brazilians can skill, and they are quite fast. So hopefully, and I think he's from Ajax, ain't he? So
yeah,
that you can't not be happy with that. A player coming from somewhere like Ajax.
The FIFA thing, really.
But here we go. Question: are we going to have to sell players to bring in that one player? And if we are, which players do you think we're going to have to sell? By Perez. I knew you were going to say that straight away.
Back to your question, Jamie. I'd rather have Perez in.
You'd rather have Perez in, would you, instead of Albrighton?
Yes.
Drop him
Don't
out.
get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I love Perez. I love Albrighton, sorry, but I prefer him to come on the pitch on a sub. He's a lot better as a sub for me.
Albrighton definitely all day long.
Why wouldn't you want to have? Why wouldn't you want to have Kevin Cook starting more than Perez starting? Why wouldn't you want? What's the difference in what gives one the edge for you to start more than the other one?
Albrighton's just too. Now he's just too. What's the word? He's guessable. He's too guessable. He's too. You can tell what he's doing. You can read him like a book. The moment you get him down the wing, you know what he's going to do. Cut in, cross. It's like he's got more power when he comes on the pitch after half time.
At least he can get down the wing and beat people.
What does Perez do?
Well, what does Perez do though?
Perez is one of our most. I don't care what you say. Perez is one of the most skillful players, but he's just not playing in the right position. He's not playing in the right position.
We've been saying this since he's turned up, though, Reedy. What is his right position, and why doesn't Brendan Rodgers play him in his right position?
Here you go, though, because we've not got an actual right winger. We've got a right mid in Albrighton, but he's not got the pace for us up front on the wing. We're playing in a 4-4-2.
He's not got the pace.
No, he's not. No chance. He ain't got speed at all. For me, he ain't fast enough.
Right, next question for everyone. Reedy's at his point. Let's just hold on. My dog's just about to pull the power cable out. Better not do that. No, Jamie Vardy. Right, this is going to be a bit controversial. Do you think he was a bit indecisive yesterday, lads? Because there was some chance. There was some times. There was two. He had a one-on-one, and there was players out wide yesterday, and he could have passed, and he didn't. Then he had the second chance where he could have rounded the keeper, but instead he tried to take a shot on.
Should have gone for a penalty.
Should have gone down.
Should have gone down, but that's a sign of a good goal scorer that he thinks he's going to score.
Definitely.
Sure, he should have round the keeper. But do you think, Jack, it's a little bit indecisive yesterday, and with the West Ham game, his confidence has just dropped. I know he scored a fantastic goal. Yeah, the great goal. Good work by Perez. Put it on the plate for him. Put it in the back of the net where the keeper couldn't get it. But then later on, he could have won that game. He could have had 2 or 3 more goals from him. Could have got out trick. Do you think Vardy is a little bit indecisive? And do you think that's down to Monday night's game against West Ham and his confidence?
Scores when he wants, mate.
I know, because he could have scored twice, 2-3 times yesterday, so he doesn't score when he wants. I know it was his 149th goal yesterday, but he doesn't.
And then positions. The Barnes one, he could have passed Warby Barnes. Barnes were in if he made that pass. Then Vardy tried. I don't know what we're thinking about.
And then towards the end, he had that chance where he played it to Dewsbury Hall, and Dewsbury Hall played it behind Nacho. Well, actually, I thought it was behind it, but he took a deflection. Cracking ball to Albright, but he seemed to be too indecisive. Is he lacking confidence in his teammates and he's trying to do it all himself? Or is he just being... I don't know. I really don't know. So, Jack, what do you think?
I think you get that with certain strikers, don't you, where they're scoring. Then sometimes when it comes to passing to certain teammates, do they think it's a better chance them taking it on than the actual other player? Vardy yesterday should have either gone for a penalty or rounded Tim Krul. I was rating him yesterday when that happened. I mean, Vardy's a team player. He's good when he does it. He set up the Albrighton goal fantastically yesterday. Albrighton scored. I think every Leicester fan, really, sometimes they always rely on Jamie Vardy goals. It's never any other player like Maddison and that, because they feel that Maddison doesn't give enough for the team. I mean, Vardy's the only striker, really, where there's confidence in front of goal. I just think sometimes he's indecisive in the things that he actually wants to do rather than he doesn't. So, yeah.
Morning, Ross. How the devil are you? Nice seeing it on the bus this morning. Oh, you are still on the bus?
No, I'm
He's in the bus shelter.
He's in the bus shelter.
Is that better?
Why don't you think we need to see more of Daka? So why don't you think Rodgers has brought him on then, Sean, and had a go?
Sean?
Sean.
Sorry. I don't remember being called Sean.
No, I said Ross.
No, you said Sean.
Did I? Sorry. It was Sean's comment that made. So why don't you think we haven't seen much of Daka?
I think they're waiting for the right moment, because you can't just chuck him in and say, "Oh, go and score a goal," because then the pressure is on Daka straight away. I think he's waiting for the right moment. I think that right moment could be Napoli.
He's a striker. That's what he's paid to do.
He would have run that Norwich defence yesterday. I'm sorry, but he would have scored.
Yeah, I think he needed to come on 65, 70 minutes and change it around, because their defence is looking tired.
I mean, because
he did start warming up, didn't he, at one point, Jack?
Apparently.
Yeah, brought Vardy off me and then brought Daka on. Daka and Nacho would have done a lot against their defence yesterday. They didn't know what we're doing when we were pressing them high.
You say that though, Jack, but who created the goal for Albrighton?
Vardy did. That's what I'm saying. If you look at the whole game before, Ross, for the Albrighton chance, I mean, what did Vardy really do? I mean, Daka would have changed that game in an instant with the pace and in behind.
As I said on the radio last night, Vardy is like a fart. He's silent, but he's which he is. He is, because he scored that goal. But let's not forget Ricardo. Speedy recovery for Ricardo, by the way. We were gutted. So me and Elijah did the watch along yesterday. We were like, "What's going on when we scored? We're mental."
I think Gibson well ahead yesterday, and then Ricardo's just on.
I know. Boom shakalaka. He scored. But no, you're saying about the VAR yesterday. So, in my opinion, it was a penalty. As soon as it went to camera, you know it was going to be a penalty. But here's the thing: Robbie Savage Jr. obviously was behind Schmeichel, was in front of Schmeichel. 100% that was. Hang on, then what? GTF.
Ross, what were you saying? 100%
I was saying about 100% definitely the right decision for Norwich's disallowed goal, because let's not forget. Last time we played them, didn't we have a goal disallowed? It's karma's come back to bite him, really. So it was good to see Dewsbury yesterday. And after all, you're my Dewsbury.
Crying like a baby when he went on the floor, wasn't he, Mark?
What's that?
Cantwell threw his dummy out the Prem yesterday.
Oh, yeah. We thought he was going to cry.
Oh, you mean Robbie Savage Jr.?
Great. When Dewsbury Hall came on, were you pleased to see him coming on as for his first Premiership appearance?
Definitely. He should have been on at half time, mate. He made such an act. I didn't rate him much. He's obviously gone away to Luton, come back, and what a different player. I'm excited to see him in a City shirt, and he should be starting over Maddison.
I think he will against Man City.
Yeah. Sean's asked a question about Ricky P. Oh, wrong one. Ricky P. I'm not sure yet. There's a scan on Monday or Tuesday, I think, to try and sort it out. Hopefully, it's not serious, but
I think it's a slight strain on a hammy. I've read somewhere this morning.
Yeah, hamstring strains are 6 to 8 weeks, depending on the severity of it. So we'll just have to. I mean, he's just getting back to form. That's normally the case, though, isn't it, Reedy? When you get an injury, a bad injury like he had his ACL, and then you start putting pressure. When you come back, you start trying to rely on other parts of your body, and something else normally goes. So hopefully it's not that bad. But we're lacking in defenders now, aren't we, Reedy?
It's just costing us now. It's every single player that gets injured. It's always seeming to be a defender. And I'm glad Castagne's back now, because now we've got cover for him. But it doesn't really help, because now he's in. If he gets injured again, or we've got someone else get injured, it's hard to kind of work out. Like I say, someone just mentioned James Justin. He could be coming back, but then where does Bertrand come into it? It's hard. We've got enough wing backs. We just haven't got enough centre backs.
Well, James Justin can play centre back, can't he?
He can,
but I don't think he's not ready. He's not ready for a centre back role yet. More as a full back role. But he's not going to be back till the end of October, Sean. I don't think so. What Rodgers was saying in his press report the other day. But I don't know. It's just like you say, we just defend every defender. Vestergaard, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Evans, they're saying it could be after the international break. We're just not sure, are we? We just don't know what's going on with the defence. Bertrand, where was he? I know he had COVID and that. Was it because he's only had a few days training? He's had 2 weeks off and the COVID might have hit him a bit hard. We're not sure. Was any news? Did you hear anything yesterday, Jack, there about it?
Yeah, I think he's still recovering after COVID. A few training sessions he's had this week with a team to get his match fitness. I just think Brendan Rodgers didn't want to throw him in the deep end yesterday. The Man City game, he should be back. So should Vestergaard and so should Evans. So it's a massive positive for Leicester after the international break to get them players back. And then we've obviously got Castagna who can fill in for Ricardo. So it's all positive.
Adrian, he's gone Bournemouth, so we can't take Cahill.
Jamie, just a quick one. Have you seen the correct answer?
No, I haven't yet, pal. No. Just give it one more. Give the question one more time.
Sorry. 2018-19 season, which was the first home game I took my wife to watch.
And that is to win 50 quid to spend at the bar, or 50 quid to spend at the club shop, whichever is the first choice of the winner. So people get your guesses in to win 50 notes. 50 notes is a lot of money nowadays, which Gray has donated out of his own back pocket. Might have been his wife's back pocket that she don't know about. No. But I won't give out the answer yet. Well, we won't, unless somebody gives the right answer, Gray. We might have to roll it on until next week, pal, until someone gives the right answer.
Yeah.
None of the Leicester Fan TV crew can have a guess because we probably know the answer already. So that we're out of it straight away.
I don't think they do, Jamie, to be honest.
Don't you? Oh,
blimey. It's open to everyone.
I'm just reading that one first. Dewsbury Hall isn't good enough to start. Do you think he's good enough to start, or Mark? Is he good enough to start, or is he not quite ready yet?
If he's good enough for the bench, he's good enough to start. You've got to be, you can't pick people that ain't good enough. We've done that in the past, haven't we? And that's proved to be a big downfall. Everybody that gets their shirt, whether they're on the bench or on the pitch, have got to be prepared to come on at any point. And after watching Dewsbury, when I saw him against QPR, and then I saw him obviously again yesterday, he looks confident, he looks fit, he looks fast, he looks capable. Then play him.
Great. Andy Meadows has asked, does it double next week if no one gets the answer?
Unfortunately. Hey, if someone else wants to put another 50 in, then yes, but I can't afford another 50.
The question was, James, what game did Gray take his wife for the first time ever in, what was it, 18-19, wasn't it?
18-19 season, yeah.
God, your wife's that old? Oh, season. I was going to say, she's that old. Here's a question for you, lads. Benkovic, why does Benkovic get a look in? We had 2 keepers on the bench yesterday. Is Brendan Rodgers trying to make a point by having 2 keepers? Because why didn't Benkovic be on the bench?
Oh, for God's sake, here we go.
Mark, go on then. Why isn't Benkovic? People,
it's not good enough. Obviously, if the gaffer don't think he's good enough, then he ain't going to play. That's why I think he might be one of the people that are out the door. Is it Tuesday, the deadline day?
Tuesday, yes.
Yeah. And like people are saying, if we've got a sell to buy, then it's going to be your fringe players like that are gonna have to go.
So M24 Streams has just said if KDH is going to be important for the squad if Pratt and Chowdhury are leaving, because they're the 2 names everyone's mentioning about it, and the Pratt and Chowdhury. So
Chowdhury was on the bench yesterday, wasn't he?
Yeah, but so was Pratt though, wasn't he?
Oh, was he? I don't know.
Dennis, DP was on the bench. My joke about DP being in the middle of the park, he's not going to be working if he goes anymore, is it? So, but overall, just before we go, and yes, there has been a correct answer, Gray.
Has there?
Yes, there has been a correct answer. I've just seen it. But I'm not going to say who it is, but I have seen the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say it.
Well.
Don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't say it yet.
Yeah.
So are we giving it? We're giving it to the first one that's come out. Then yes,
yeah,
are we?
that's fair enough, mate. Yeah.
Right. Just before we go, Ross, because you'll be on the bus in a minute. I can see you on the bus. We've got 6 points from 6 points from 9 points. 6 out of 9. How's the season gone for you so far? In 2 sentences, Ross.
Good and it needs improvement.
That's all right. That's quick. That's quite quick for you, that is, Ross. That's pretty well done.
It's only because I'm on the bus and I don't need to select the engine thing. That's all. And just very quickly on the Dewsbury Hall thing. Is it good enough? Are you mad? Whoever's put that, Dewsbury Hall is good enough to start. I'm sorry, but he's definitely good enough to start, 100%. So I'm going to drop out anyway because I know the sound's very bad. I don't know if it is, but yeah. See you all later, lads. So it's an international break, and here we go.
I'll still be here next week. See you later, Ross.
See you later, lads.
Just going back to about why there was 2 keepers. Patrick's put 5 defenders out. That's why we had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. But why not put a youngster on a bench? I know Lesson Belly's gone and a couple of others have gone. But why not put a youngster like Ben Nelson on the bench as well, just to give him a bit of experience? We did it last year when we had to have 9 on the bench. We put young lads on. You never know. We might Soyuncu might have gone down, or Amati might have gone down. We just got to see. We've got to see how it is. That's why I don't understand why we had 2 keepers on the bench when we could have thrown a youngster on there to get experience. Over Tillemans and the rest. I'm not quite sure what that means. Anyway, Reedy, 6 out of 9. What's so far this season? What do you rate so far?
I would have liked at least 7 because obviously we've got Man City next and it's going to be a hard game. I think if we lose that, then it's going to be 6 out of 12 and it's starting to get a bit worrying. So we've got to be either getting a point against Man City at least or hopefully more, but it's going to be hard. And I think who's after that? Is it Brighton after that?
Yes. Yeah, they lost their first game, didn't they?
So it's going to be hard, really. So we've got to get at least another 3 points out of either Brighton or we get at least a draw against Man City to even still look a good side in the league. So,
but Patrick, we could still take one from the under-23s and in the first team squad and not have him playing on the Friday night. We needed experience. What about Benkovic? Benkovic didn't play. He could have been on the bench. You never know. It might have been his chance to shine. I just don't understand why we had 2 keepers. But anyway, Gray. Season so far, 6 out of 9. Vardy's got 2 from open play, where he only got 2 from open play in the last 27 games last year. What's your view so far?
You'd take it, wouldn't you? You perhaps would have thought at the start of the season that you're expecting, like Reedy said, 7 or 9. They've not been a good 6 points But hey, at the end of the day, it's 6 points is 6 points, and we can only get stronger with people we've got coming back from injury. So I'm happy.
Good. I'm happy with 6 points, actually. I know I was very disappointed Monday. That's why I haven't hardly spoke about Monday. We'll leave that one in the past. I don't. Everyone really spoke about that. Jack spoke about that. Phil spoke. I don't want to speak about that at all. Mark, I haven't mentioned it yet, but Neil Birchenough has just said the European draw. How happy now we've got an international break. We can think about European draw. We can say about travel and that to get there. What's your view on the European draw, Mark?
Well, you're going to get a lot of air miles, whoever's going. I think Napoli's the team to watch. Like me and Jack had this conversation on Friday night that you've got to play all these teams. You know, it doesn't matter really what pot you're in. You got to make your main concern getting out your group, haven't you? And then all comers. You've got to just take them on and beat them. So, you know, we want to play in these big competitions. We've got to up the ante and start to perform in Europe.
Yeah, we have. We need to perform in Europe, don't we? Sean's just asked a question. Jack, great news about the ladies playing all the games at King Power. Not quite all. I think 8 of the 11 are being, and the other 3 are being playing at Burton Albion. I'm sure I've read that, haven't I, Jack, somewhere? It's good to see that they're now getting recognition. That's the word I'm looking for. Cheers, Reedy. The recognition that they wanted, that they needed, and they're playing at the King Power. They've got Beaver Drive, so it's going to be a good year for Leicester in general, and the ladies. It's going to be a good time for them, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see the women are making a name for themselves. The women's football is getting bigger than it was before. More people are watching it now and taking notice, which is good. I mean,
it's 40 quid a ticket, isn't it? 40 quid a season ticket, isn't it? For the King Power games. That's not bad at all.
No.
Would you go to would any of you go to the games, Jack? Would you go, Jack?
Yeah, I'm going to go this season. I'm going to go and watch. I'm going to do some content for Leicester Fan TV for the women's game this season. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with the players and chatting to them and talking with Jonathan Morgan and stuff like that. So,
well, actually, you've got somebody on this weekend, haven't you, Jack? Because we haven't got an international. We've got an international break. Who have you got on Wednesday night, Jack?
I've got former Leicester City women's just retired last season, Holly Morgan, sister of Jonathan Morgan.
Now, isn't she assistant, or she's one of the coaches now as well, isn't she? If I've got that right. She's helping out the team, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a coach, yeah, so you might as well start and then work your way up with a women's game and make it a name for it. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one and chatting to her about the women's game and how it's expanded in the last couple of years.
I think that's going to be good. Right then, Gray. I'm going to let you go, Gray. And I won't let you go, Gray. Sorry, because you're still here. I'll do your prize in a minute. Reedy, you've got your show. Are you doing your show Friday night on international break?
I should do. It just depends. I need to kind of work out what topics we're going to have. But yeah, we should do.
Oh, just before we go, Tom's just sneaked in. He's allowed to join. Oh, look at that sunshine down in sunny Redditch.
Exactly, lads. Good, lads. Very good. Thank yourselves.
So, just before we go, Tom, I want you to do a very quick, not a 5-minute review like you did about an hour ago. Just very quickly, your point on the game, because you've joined late. Let's see what your view is, whether it's different to ours.
Very scrappy game. Both teams giving balls away for fun. No one really took control of it. I thought probably first 5 to 10 minutes when we got the goal, we looked the better team, and then we just went to kaput. And really, we've nicked 3 points in the end of it and got lucky with the VAR decision. You know, he's offside for that. But look, it's the 3 points that we needed after the defeat on Monday. Daniel Amada comes out with, again, lots of credit. Another solid performance from him at the back for me. Probably the better one of the 2 defenders. I thought Cags once again looked shaky in the first half. Reckless in the box, mate. Reckless in the box. You can't go to ground in the box for me there. As a centre-half at his age, should know better than going to ground. Second half, well, they were better. You know, I thought defensively we looked a bit better in second half. What's to come out of the game? Well, we're scoring goals still. Vardy's looking sharp in and around the penalty area. What hasn't been the case of probably back end of last season. Downside is, how long's Ricardo going to be out for? Because Ricardo looked to be getting back to the firing form he was before his ACL damage. So hopefully it's not a long-term injury or hamstring strain too much of them, and he'll be back soon. But luckily now we get 2 weeks to turn around, and Man City at home in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll have Johnny Evans back in that team.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Tom, you're not doing a prediction show this week, are you?
No prediction show this week. Week off for me, mate. Nice steady week.
So far, how have the results gone for you and Jack and Jordan this week? Do you know?
Yeah, Jack's this week. Jack's on 7 points already, and me and Jordan both on 5. Jack got 2 correct scores.
Ooh.
So he got two lots of threes and a nice result on one, and me and Jordan got 1. I got the Chelsea game correct yesterday. I got a 1-1 draw in that correct. So
that's not
it
bad.
Pulled me back. It pulled me back before that result. I only had 2 points yesterday, so it's helped me out massively.
Does that mean Jack's taking the lead in the outs at the minute? Is Jack
at the moment? Jack would have gone into the lead on the table.
Jack is top of the league. Say Jack is top of the league. Right, and also, so that won't be back until the week after next, will it? Because there's the 9th,
2 weeks on, but yeah, then.
Go on, Tom.
Yeah, on the 9th, I was about to say, if anyone wants to join, more than welcome to have a fan on each week we do. So drop us a line and we'll get you on.
Well, actually, on the 9th, you've got Connor from One Leeds fan channel, big fan channel for Leeds, over 20,000 subscribers on his channel. Cracking bloke Connor is, so you'll enjoy having him on. And we've also got Chris a bit later on from NTC as well. So
brilliant.
All of the fan channels are coming on as well. But if any Leicester fans want to come on, more than welcome on the Tom, to test their knowledge against the 2 predictors.
Well, I'm not doing too well at the moment, so the guests are having me a friend. Cheers, guys.
We'll see you later on in the week, pal. See you later, mate.
Guys. See you later.
Rightio. Jack, we'll see you in a bit. Your show with Holly Morgan on Wednesday night. What time? 7:30 is that?
7:30, yeah.
7:30. Rightio, Jack. We shall see you. You need to what?
I need to go and sort it out now.
Rightio, Jack. We'll see you later, pal. Thanks for joining. Mark, over in sunny Norwich. We shall see you later, pal. Thanks for joining. You'll be on with. Are you joining Jack Wednesday night?
I'm joining Jack on Wednesday night. Yeah.
I thought Jack might do that one solo, but you're joining to help him out here at the tricky moment.
Well, it's a lady, so I've got to keep him grounded.
All right then, Mark. We'll speak to you later.
All right, guys. See ya.
See you later. Reedy, we'll see you Friday night on your show. Anything special, or are you just going to talk about?
No, hopefully after Windows closing on Tuesday, so hopefully by then we'll have a few more signings to talk about. And
one or two, do you think? Do you think 1 or 2 signings?
I think 1, but I'd hope for 2 because obviously now with another injury in the books, we should maybe try and go for another one. But I think 5's enough now.
Do you think we get one in and 2 out? Do you think?
Yes, yeah. I think it has to be done now because obviously we've got 31 players in the players, so we need to get a few out to get the squad down. So.
Yes, we do. Right, Reedy, we shall speak to you later, pal, and see you on the other side.
Yep.
And here's Gray.
See you, mate.
Right, then,
all right, mate.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Can you remember the name of the bloke? Can you remember the name of the bloke, or do you want me to tell you?
No.
Well, you tell him the answer. So say what the question was again.
So the question was, in 2018-19 season, I took my wife to her first City home game. Who did we play? And the answer was...
Well, this is, hold on. This is for 50 quid at my bar, or 50 euros at my bar, or 50 quid at the club shop. And the answer was...
Watford.
And the winner was none other. He hasn't got none other was Adrian Bradley.
Yeah,
he won the quiz back in December, whenever it was, January time. And
not me. He beat me in the final. He beat me in the semi or something.
He beat you in the semi, didn't he?
Yeah.
He beat you in the semi. So Adrian Bramley,
well done, Age,
is the winner of 50 notes. So I think he'll be spending that at the club shop, to be honest, because he's not coming out. I don't think he'll be coming out.
What do you need?
I'll sort that out, Adrian. I'll sort it out. Great. It's all right.
Yeah,
so if Locks knew the answer, he could have spent 50 quid with me. Locks is on a plane. Well, not actually on a plane, but he's
at Luton now. He's at Luton now.
He's waiting for the plane. He's waiting for that big silver bird. Anybody that wants to come on holiday, get on that big silver bird and come and see me. Yes, Adrian Bramley. There you go. He wins again.
Well done, Ada.
Competitions.
I'm going to send you a picture, Jamie. I've seen a hotel that I like the look of out in Alcudia, and you can give me the heads up on it. I think it's a good one. But
let me know, pal.
Yeah.
Send me that picture privately, Gray.
Yes, no worries.
All right then, pal.
All right.
So, cheers
All
for that,
right.
and thank you for joining. Thank
That's
you for
all right,
joining,
mate.
and
No
thank you
worries.
for donating the 50 quid.
Not a problem. Not
to
a
Adrian's
problem.
back pocket.
Yeah, no worries. Well done, everyone. Thanks for taking part. See you all soon.
Cheers, all. Thanks a lot. Well, there we go. Another great show. Sean was here last week. Oh, Adrian was here. Yeah, I bet you do, pal. Alcudia is fantastic. If you want to come on holiday, please come on holiday. Great. And if you need any questions answered, just let me know and I'll sort it out for you. But like I say, much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending your time watching this ugly mug, this face radio. It's been much appreciated. We got 3 points. Like I say, wasn't the best to win. Vardy scoring goals, 2 from open play. What more do you want? Nice international break to get people fit. Hopefully Ricky P's injury is not too bad. So it's ciao, ciao, adios, goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Come on, you foxes.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, and Hope Against Cancer. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.